That bag of charcoal in your garage right now is probably not what you think it is. Not as a guess. Not as a maybe. Clorox's own safety data sheet for Kingsford lists this line: 70 to 90% of the mixture consists of ingredients of unknown toxicity. That is on the manufacturer's document. And Kingsford isn't even the worst one on this list. Here's the question most people have never thought to ask. What is actually in the bag? You are not buying wood. You are buying a pressed industrial product, and every brand in that charcoal aisle is running some version of the same formula: wood char cut with binders, minerals, coal, and fillers that have nothing to do with cooking your food. 5 brands made this list. 2 corporations control almost all of them. By the end of this video, you will know the 5 charcoal products to stop buying, the 1 ash percentage that tells you exactly how much filler you have been paying for, and the 2 brands that are nothing but wood. Let's go! Number 5. Kingsford Original. The blue bag. The one your dad used. The one you've bought 100 times without reading the back. A peer-reviewed study published in Fuels in 2022 reverse-engineered the recipe using Kingsford's own patent filings. The breakdown: 70% wood char, 9% fossil coal, actual coal mined from the ground, 15% limestone, 5% sawdust, and 1% borax. Borax is a chemical the European Union classified as a substance of very high concern for reproductive toxicity. For every 20-pound bag you carry to your truck, roughly 6 pounds of it is not wood. It's rock, coal, and industrial chemicals. Independent burn tests show Kingsford Original leaves behind 21% ash by weight. 1 out of every 5 pounds turns to powder in your grill. That powder is calcium oxide from the limestone. It turns white, so you think the coals are ready. That is not combustion. That is a marketing decision baked into every briquette. That's number 5. We're just getting started. Number 4. Royal Oak Classic. The red and blue bag. This is the one where the manufacturer told their own customers something important, and then buried it. A user on a barbecue forum asked Royal Oak customer service directly about their classic briquette. The written response said it consists of hardwood char, coal, and other proprietary ingredients. They then added that they do not recommend using the classic briquette in your smoker. They told a customer not to use their own product in a smoker. They did not explain why. Independent burn tests fill in the rest. A full chimney test showed Royal Oak Classic produced 32% ash by weight. That is 50% more ash than Kingsford from the same volume of charcoal. Nearly a third of the bag became powder. Testers concluded Royal Oak Classic likely contains significantly more coal than Kingsford, and the company will not say how much because it is proprietary. You are paying for a product where the maker will not disclose the ingredients and warns you away from serious use. Take a moment with that. Number 3. Kingsford Match Light. It contains everything in the original, plus petroleum distillates. Hydro-treated light kerosene is soaked into every briquette before you open the bag. The packaging carries a combustible warning. The instructions themselves say do not add match light once the fire has been lit. Use regular Kingsford instead. Kingsford is telling you their own product is too chemically volatile to add to an existing fire. That appears on the back of the bag they are selling you. The price per pound is higher than the original. You are paying more for coal, limestone, borax, and lighter fluid pressed into a pillow shape and sold as a convenience product. The convenience is theirs. Number 2. Embers and Expert Grill. These are the house brands at Home Depot and Walmart respectively. Here is what neither store will tell you at the register. Embers is manufactured by Royal Oak. Expert Grill runs the same coal plus binder formula. Different logos, different shelves, same factory logic. Royal Oak, Embers, Expert Grill. 3 of the last 4 brands on this list trace back to the same manufacturing operation. Royal Oak is owned by Sweet Oak Parent, and it is controlled by Mariposa Capital and Rourke Capital, a private equity structure that just closed an $862 million acquisition in the food space. Different products, one calculation. The ash yield from these house brand briquettes tracks Royal Oak Classic. You are looking at 28 to 32% ash in your grill. You buy the bag because the price is lower. The price is lower because the wood content is lower. Number 1. Generic imported briquettes. The no-name bags at the gas station, the dollar store end cap, the unbranded stack by the register at the hardware store. A peer-reviewed study published in Science of the Total Environment tested 74 commercial charcoal brands. Some products contained up to 26.6% impurities by volume. A companion study found up to 37.9%. The contaminants detected were coal, coke, metals, sand, plastic, and glass. Actual glass, in charcoal sold for cooking food. None of this violates a single U.S. law because there is no FDA or USDA safety review for charcoal. The regulatory framework you assumed existed does not. There is no floor. The generic bag at the counter has no standard it is required to meet. That's the list. Before we move to what's actually worth buying, one honest thing. This isn't about making you afraid of your grill. It's about showing you what's in the bag so you can decide whether you care. Some people won't. That's a reasonable choice. But for the rest of you, 2 brands made the cut. That's it. Not because the bar is impossible, because single-ingredient charcoal at scale is genuinely that rare. Number 1. Jealous Devil, Pure Quebracho Lump. 1 ingredient. Quebracho Blanco hardwood from Paraguay. The name literally means axe breaker. It is one of the dense hardwoods in the world. No coal, no borax, no limestone, no petroleum distillates, nothing else in the bag. The Naked Whiz, the most respected independent lump charcoal testing site online, rated it highly recommended, with low ash output and a recorded maximum temperature of 997 degrees Fahrenheit. That is what a bag with no fillers burns like. A 20-pound bag runs about $25 at Home Depot. That is $1.25 per pound. Kingsford is 68 cents per pound on the shelf. But subtract the 6 pounds of filler in every Kingsford bag, and the real cost of Kingsford's actual wood content is 97 cents per pound. The gap between filler-loaded briquettes and pure hardwood is 28 cents per pound. Honest caveat, lump is irregularly shaped. It does not stack in a chimney as neatly as briquettes. You adjust in 2 cooks, and you do not go back. Number 2. Rockwood. Rockwood, Missouri. Hardwood competition favorite. 100% Missouri hardwood. Oak, hickory, cherry, maple, pecan. Sourced from Ozark's timber mill offcuts. The slabs left over after lumber production that would otherwise be waste. Rockwood has held the number 1 consumer-ranked position in the Naked Whiz lump charcoal database for over 10 consecutive years. Competition cooks and Kamado owners have known about it for a decade. The rest of the market is still catching up. The bag is recyclable craft paper with soy-based ink. No plastic. No industrial packaging. Caveat: it is about $2 per pound, and you will not find it at Walmart. You order online, or locate a local dealer. Because it burns hotter and cleaner, you use less per cook. Once you see the difference in your ash pan, the comparison is over. You now know something most people loading up a bag of Kingsford this weekend don't. 6 pounds of every 20-pound bag isn't wood. It's rock, coal, and borax. The difference between the worst brand on this list and the best one is 1 ingredient versus 7. That's the only spec that matters. Drop the brand you're done with in the comments. I'll be in there.